Oh, g'day. Welcome back to the farm. It's been a while, hasn't it? As you can see, it's summer and it's harvest day for our barley. Really looking forward to that. And we've got some soybeans to sell. So we're going to get some money and some crops. But there's a bit to do, as usual. And for a change, actually, because over the last few months I've done nothing but sit on my hands. Yeah, so we've got to find a harvester to sell the soybeans. Oh, and before I forget, we do have to stop in and see Mrs. Hooper. We did the field for her last year, up the back there. And her and her husband got a proposition they want to talk about, so I said we'll stop in there after selling some soybeans, because it's just around the corner anyway. So we'll stop in there and see what they got to talk about. But then we do have to get cracking on and find a harvester. Got so much going on my head. Got to get the a silo as well. But before the day goes on, I thought, well, I'll take you for a drive around the farm anyway, because last time you saw it was December. It was snowing, it was miserable, and not much was happening. So not much has happened apart from the crop growing. I've moved pallets now and then, that's about it. But we're ready for harvest day, so I'm overly excited about this. Our first crop out of the ground, and we're going to be selling our first lot of soybeans as well, so what a day. What a day to celebrate the beginning of summer, I guess. But yeah, this is it. I removed these trees up ahead here, but this is where the fields join anyway. Yeah, the wheat, I think once we harvest that, we're going to join the field here. We're going to plough it in. Because you can see when I did the soil sample, I had the border of the whole field, the two fields set up, but I never ploughed inside here much. As you can see, it's all over the place with the data. But the barley is brilliant. I really took care of this one. So, you know, all the data's there, everything we need to know. And look at me, running through the barley like a child. I am excited like a child, to be honest. Can't wait to get this harvest done. But we need to sort out a silo as well, so that's in the back of my mind. We've got a lot of money to spend, but we are going to make a bit of money, so we'll get there. We'll see what the day brings. But I'll show you up the back here. This little bit of strip of land there on the left is where I took out the trees. The stumps are still there, and we own up to about it is the roadside here. We own the complete road, so up here, this little block. So we've got a little bit of land we could possibly try and expand to if we want to boost it, or we just make it one big straight field as it is and keep the roadway. Not sure, but we're definitely going to join the fields together. And I think after talking to my Uncle Kurt in New Zealand, he owns a farm, makes his own flour from his own grain. He's advised us to get into oats to do that, so it's about 9 months away from doing the seeds for oats, but it gives us plenty of time to prep the field, get that sorted, and get through winter. So yeah, I'm thinking oats, and we're definitely going to join the fields there. Definitely getting into flour. I think we're going to get more money out of that than just straight crops. We do need to top up fertilizer and seed in the distributor. That's completely empty. I've let that get away from me this month, but that should be right. The gardens have got a bit of holding capacity. I think they still got some in there that they can produce off, and we should get a few more pallets next month as well. So as you can see, the trailer's pretty loaded. Yep, the soybeans will be fine with the fertilizer and seed, not a problem at all. Right, well, I'm gonna hook this up to my trailer that I may have slightly overloaded. It's gonna be a slow trip, I think, especially up the hills. But I'm pretty sure Oliver can handle it nonetheless. And we will put some diesel in too on our way out. Well, after selling the soybeans anyway. But yeah, it's 29,000 litres or 29 pallets on there. And we've got about 7 over the back there. So yeah, probably leave these till next month, because we'll have another few come through, so we'll have a dozen to sell next month. And July is supposed to be the best price, so. But we need money now, so we're going to sell these. And to sell these, we're going to take them up to Grain West Silo. Yeah, I can't find Restaurant Uncle Peter, I guess that's supposed to be. Can't find that. I guess they shut down, and yeah, been a terrible time for business lately, so maybe they closed down. So we'll head over there, and like I say, we'll find ourselves a harvester so we can gobble all this up and store that away for January. I think is best time to sell barley. So yeah, Oliver hasn't really been used much over the last few months. Just drove her down here and back up. But we're definitely going to put some diesel in it because it needs some. It's not going to be doing much. We've got a bit of a drive this morning. like I say, we've got to stop in at the Hoopers and see what they've got to say, have a coffee with them. We won't dawdle there, we've got a lot to do. I'm going to head up into the van. I've got a couple of things to do before we head off, and I'll see you shortly. Right, here we are back at the... Oh, we are at the grain mill, I should say. About ready to cash in our first cash crop of soybeans. I'm so excited for this as well. It's a big day. I'm glad you could join me for it, because the last 6 months have been pretty boring. So they're going down fast. That's good. And we should see the money get accredited to my bank account shortly. But yeah, and she's done. Wow, that's about $36,000 there with the environmental score. I'm very impressed with that. And we've still got the pallets to sell back there, so if we did that on a 12 monthly basis, just stored the crops till June or July, we'd make a killer. We'd make a big killing with that, so we're definitely going to put some more gardens down. Strange neighbourhood, this one. The people really are strange. Don't know why those cars were stopping. But the diesel tank's just over there. We're going to stop in up here and fuel up, but we'll drive through the pond area. It's quite a nice little area, this. I've never really come into town much, so maybe I'm not meant to drive down here. It might be like a public reserve. Whoops. I'll just let him know we're there. Sorry, mate. But yeah, like I was saying, sorry earlier, I've been talking to my Uncle Kurt in New Zealand. He's struggling at the moment. Well, flour is in high demand, but he hasn't got the help. No one wants to do that type of work anymore. His only farmhand left the job and went to the city. He owns an isolated farm in the middle of nowhere, just grows oats, makes his own flour and sells it. But yeah, he's offered for us to go for a working holiday over there, which might be a good idea when we get some downtime on the farm after harvest. Get some inside info, because he'll be coming up to putting his seeds down for oats soon over there, so might be a good time to us to get some on-the-job learning and go for a holiday while we got downtime. We deserve it, and it'll all be paid for. So, but yeah, that's something to keep in the back of our mind anyway. For now, I'm just going to stop in up here. This is their house with the big garage, down a little bit of land around, so yeah, I'll stop in here, and I think they said to park up by the back door, so we'll park up here. Hopefully that's okay, and I'll run in and see what they got to say, and I'll be back shortly. Right, we're back. The proposition was, he's made us a good offer, as you can see in the background there. We were offered to loan. We did have to pay a bit, about $4,000, to lease out his TX32. He has some equipment that he leases out from time to time, and he did us a deal because we helped out with his yard last year. So yeah, there's a nice proposition, one I couldn't turn down, to be honest. And we're getting a silo put in a bit later too while we attack this field here. But yeah, so like we saved a bit of money. We're down to about $30,000. We did buy some fertilizer, and we'll top that up later on this afternoon after we've done all our jobs. First things first, I'm going to chuck some sides up on this trailer, and then we can get stuck in, and I'll familiarise myself with that new piece of machinery out there. So it won't be long. Right, should come together quite nicely. Should do the job. Not going to be much. But yeah, we'll familiarise myself with this machine. Like I say, I couldn't turn down the offer. It was too good to turn down. Saved a bit of money. So, and we can borrow it again for the wheat harvest, which is August. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. I've got to familiarise myself with it because it's been some time since I've been in one of these. But she is a beautiful looking machine. Very tidy. He looks after his equipment, really. I mean, they're nice folk, nice people. Really looked after me and checked in on me over winter. So we'll jump in here and see if I can familiarise myself with these controls. Bear with me. Could take me a while. Like I say, it's been a while. But yeah, it's coming back to me a little bit. But like I say, don't want to go pushing the wrong button and break a machine that I'm borrowing off someone. So we may not be able to borrow it again if we do that. Yeah, let's just, yep, the beacons are working fine, so that's good. She started up first time, so well looked after machine. Just gotta remember how to unfold it. This is the amateur hour, remember, when you watch Sabbath Kiwis. I'm pretty sure it's there. That's the button. I'm not going to do straw, I don't think. The auger's going good, so I'm just going to get into it and just get the crop out. But yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Right, we're just starting the headlands now. She runs smoothly. It's quite nice. Quite a nice drive, I must say. Yeah, so like I say, I'm always thinking 20 steps ahead, so I'm already thinking as I'm chopping this out of what our next plan of attack is going to be. Definitely, I think I'm going to take up the offer and go on that overseas holiday. I'll give him a ring after we've done the barley harvest later on this evening anyway, and have a chat to him and see what he says. But I'm definitely already planning on building our farm up. A couple more soybean gardens maybe another crop. Yeah, definitely making this one whole big field of one crop, and maybe extending it. We'll see what we do, but I am actually looking forward to going over to New Zealand for a holiday. I'll be working. It's going to need the help. Like I say, it's not a huge farm, it's just nice and isolated, so... But he makes his own flour, and that's what we're going to get into, so we're going to learn from him. He's been doing it for decades, you know. Like I say, not a big farm, but he makes enough to get by. He doesn't have to stress, but lately, with no helpers and no one wanting to do the jobs anymore, he's finding it a bit hard to do everything himself, so we'll go over and help him get his field ready and set to put seeds down maybe. We'll see. I'll give him a bell later on. But yeah, I'm liking this machine. It's not going to take too long at all. We're just after 12, so once we get this lap done, it shouldn't take longer than a couple of hours. I'd say less than a couple of hours to get this done. And yeah, then we can, by then hopefully we've had the silo installed. I mean, such a good offer to have the hoopers recommend offer this, so I'm so grateful for that. But anyway, that's the first lap done, so I'm going to get stuck into this, and I will see you soon. Right, so that's done. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a bit hard to film and put together a clip like that on such a small field, but I did my best anyway. Took a couple of hours, yeah, less than that, just before 2. So this is just less than 2 full trailer loads, so it'll be less than, I think the trailer load's like 9,000 litres. So yeah, it's not too bad for the size of the field. I'm really impressed. And as you can see, we did get some silos installed over there. I went with the multi-fruit silos. I do like those ones. So they're cheap, they're efficient, they work well within our price range. So yeah, so that's done. We're going to park this up behind the silo for now. Keep it out of sight, out of mind, keep it safe. But yeah, it did a great job. I'm so wrapped we didn't have to spend nearly all our money on a cheap machinery that wouldn't have done nearly half the job that did. So yeah, so grateful for that. Yeah, we'll unload this trailer load. What a job, what a day. We've made some money, we've got some crops. Now we'll check the price of this it's nowhere near its best price at the moment. So I think we'd be wasting our time selling whatever we get. But we'll chuck this in and see how much we got in total anyway. Like I said, it'll probably be less than 20,000 litres, I imagine. But we'll have a look. $17,661. Not too bad at all, I'd say. So a good day all round, I'd have to say. We've got a new silo, we got our first crop harvested, we sold our first batch of soybeans. Yeah, I'm going to sit back and I'm just going to have a nice cold drink and unwind for a bit, and I'll get back to you in a sec. That's much better after a nice cool glass of lemonade, I tell you. Yeah, it's just after 2 o'clock now, so we do have to go and sort the seed and fertilizer out at the distributor, but that'll probably be the last job of the day. We'll leave those pallets down there for next month. But what a day. I'm glad you could have joined me for that. Yeah, our first harvest done. And we've got a couple more months and we'll be taking out the wheat. So, and next month we'll be selling those pallets, plus a few more that will come out of the gardens. So next month will be good as well. And yeah, with a bit more money, and we can start making plans for our future after we get that wheat out. We'll start, I don't know, we've got that working holiday to consider as well. So, but like I say, I'll get onto the blower, and for those that don't know, that's a telephone. I'll get on the phone and have a chat to him this evening anyway and see what he has to say. And next time we catch up, I'll definitely fill you in on the details on that. But yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. And we'll get all this topped up, so we don't have to worry about it for a little bit. It's done. And like I say, this will be the last job for the day. It's very hot out there at the moment, mid-afternoon now. So, just about 27, 28 degrees I think last I checked. Yeah, a very hot day. But, I'm glad that harvest went well, and I'm glad you could join me for it. So, that other bag hiding behind the trailer there. Yeah, the water level should be fine. We won't worry about that. It's not going to go through too much water. Not that fast anyway. So we'll just finish with these. Having a bit of trouble with that one. Yeah, that's done. So we won't have to worry about that. It's all topped up and should last us a little bit. And our gardens are good anyway. They've still got some reserves in there, if you will. So, all in all, I think it's a successful day. We end up with just under 13 grand in our bank. But remember, we did lease a machine and buy a silo. So, yeah, and I think I put the silo in the right place there. Nice and handy to the farm and to the shed. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the day. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed the clip I put together. And you'd have to pardon my sniffles I've had throughout the day, being that it's harvest season. I've got a bit of hay fever, so making a great farmer, aren't I? Anyway, I'm going to park up, sink me a couple of cold ones and celebrate the day, because I think we did well today. And yeah, I hope you'll join us next time, because next time we'll be selling some more soybeans and attacking the wheat, and then making big plans for the future. Oh, and I won't forget to fill you in on Uncle Kurt either. So take care, eh?